I'm off for a Big Mac, to be honest right now. I'm straight to McDonald's.
In the wild freedom of the Scottish Highlands, I embarked on cycling Scotland's famous North Coast 500 in just 3 days. A daunting task, having ridden a little over 200k before as my longest ride, I was stepping into territory unknown. Having committed to raising funds for the Abbey Sparkle Foundation, a charity that helps children with cancer, there was no backing down now. This coastal route is billed as Scotland's answer to the US Route 66. I travelled clockwise and cycled more than 500 miles, climbing over 10,000 metres, more than the height of Mount Everest. I was riding some of the most spectacular roads and picturesque scenery in Europe, but also the toughest. The 500-mile loop starts at Inverness, heads west to Applecross, facing the Isle of Skye and west to Ross, then turns roughly north up the coast through Durness and John O'Groats on the northern tip and back to Inverness. It incorporates many narrow, twisting roads, including the steepest single-track stretch in Britain, the notorious Balloch na Bar, that takes you through the mountains of the Applecross Peninsula. The ascent really does take the breath away and offers a great cycling challenge. If you want to experience cycling at its best, either on a budget or where cost is no concern, the North Coast 500 will deliver. This really is Britain's best and hardest road cycling trip. Here's how my journey went.
Taking a little pit stop on the way to, we haven't quite reached the coast yet, on the way to Ullapool, and then we'll reach the Apple Crossing, which is meant to be the famous climb. So getting ready for that really.
Got incredibly windy over the past few miles. The mist has come over actually, so I can't see a lot, but I don't know, it's just a bit of a grind at this point. But the cows seem happy. Well, I'm happy.
So I'm here at the start of the famous Apple Crossing, about 75 miles in, been going for about 4.5 hours. Supposedly it's normally unpassable during the winter, so, well, this is where the grind starts, I guess. Not steep, but gradually steep. Unfortunately pretty misty, so I can't see a lot, but apparently it's going to get worse near the top, but for now I think it's okay.
So we're about the 120 mile mark now on day one. Just gone through Torridon, aiming to finish at about Ullapool. So another, as I said, 40 miles to go, about 55k. From there we'll just pitch the tent and that'll be it. Woo! So yeah, there we go, end of day one. About 100, I've done a total of 10 hours, so 161.4 miles. It's probably just over 250k, so I'm pretty much bang on the point where I wanted to be by the first day. Tomorrow's going to be a bit of a bigger day, so going to get going a bit earlier, but I'm just going to pitch the tent now and put my head down for a bit and get some rest until tomorrow.
All right, so it's day 2, just gone 6 AM. Absolutely stunning scenery behind me. I've got another 260k to look forward to, so looking forward to that. The only downside today waking up was I didn't feel very good waking up today actually, but what didn't help was the thousands of midges that were covering my face, but I quickly jumped up, so it got me going. So it's about getting underway now. So that's me at the 50-mile marker now. I'm about 3 hours and 15 minutes in. So yeah, just plugging away, getting there. The weather's obviously stunning. I mean, look at the scenery. That's definitely something keeping me going. So just eating a donut now, getting some sugar in me, keeping my spirits high. All right, so I've just reached I'm at the 5 hour mark, 5 hours, 5 minutes. I'm actually a little bit behind schedule, so I've really got to get shifting, but just passing the beautiful Clash and Essie beach. I think I've pronounced that incorrectly, but yeah, it was a pretty nice sight, nice sandy beaches, so yeah, it was a nice viewpoint to pass by. So I've reached, I'm at 8 hours now. I'm about 30k behind schedule. It's been way tougher than I expected, way harder than yesterday actually. I think the sun's not done me very well today. I've definitely got burnt. I didn't really think I'd have to bring any sunscreen. So I've made a mistake there. So that's definitely affecting me, but I don't know, I'm keeping hydrated, so I'm doing okay. I think the plan is to get to Hope. That's about 30 miles away from here. And then from there we'll aim to get to Armadale, that's 60 miles away from here. So I think I'll arrive around 8:30 8:30, 8:45, latest 9, and then that'll be it. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Be an early start tomorrow. It'll be an early start tomorrow instead, so I mean that's the sacrifice. So there we go, that's the end of the day, just finishing up at 171.5 miles. So it was quite a long day, definitely my biggest ride ever. It's just coming up to 9 o'clock. And yeah, just gonna get some food. Definitely a lot of sun today, so I've got a bit of heat stroke I think, so hopefully it will not be too bad tomorrow morning, but just finishing it off with the sunset itself. So yeah, go again tomorrow. So I've just made it to John O'Groats. I'm on day 3. Just got up this morning, quickly got going. I didn't feel very good, I won't lie, but you know, I've had a few gels now, so I've definitely got going. It took about 50 miles to get here, so now I'm here. It's just the turnaround point now, back to Inverness. And then yeah, that should be about another 7.5, 8 hours, and yeah, that'll be me done hopefully. So that's me 7 hours and 15 minutes in. I've done 105 miles. Yeah, it's been pretty tough. I've had well, someone told me that you're meant to get a tailwind all the way back when you turn over from John O'Groats back to Inverness. That's definitely not been the case today. It's been headwind all the way, or at least it's felt like it. So there's been quite a few hills actually in the midpoint, so it wasn't as flat as I thought it was going to be. Another 60 miles to go till I reach Inverness Castle, and then that'll be the finish line. There we go, that's it, 500 miles completed, route done. Really happy. It was definitely tough, had my ups and downs, but I got there in the end, finishing back here at Inverness Castle where I started. Of course, the one thing that got me through it, I think, was definitely the fact that I'm doing it for charity. The charity is called Abby Sparkle Foundation that helps those children with cancer, so thanks to everyone that donated. And yeah, until the next time, I'm off for a Big Mac, to be honest right now. I'm straight to McDonald's.